Hello, Alive Again. It's me, Katrinah. I'm back. Today is day 124 of our journey through the Bible in a year. And today we are reading 1 Chronicles 26, 27, and 28. Today's probably not going to be a super long video. It was a lot of genealogy. So no need to really repeat that here. If you read it, you'll see it's a lot of names, a lot of and blah the son of blah and blah the son of blah. But I'm saying blah, I shouldn't be, because my whole point for today's video is that all those things mattered. You know, it's we're reading through history, and I've talked about this before. I've talked about how this is our history. It's the history of our people, and how in reading a lot of the chapters that have a lot of instructions, what I see is that details matter to God, and that is evident in today's reading as well. In chapter 28, there's a lot of that, of David wanting to build a house for the ark, and God said, you're not going to build it because there's too much blood on your hands. He says, your son is going to build it. And so it's a lot of the plans for that. But in 26 and 27, it's a lot of genealogy and a lot of names, and it's explaining who was in charge of what, essentially. It says, these are the people who were in charge of keeping the gates. These are the people who were in charge of the treasury. These were the people in charge of the vineyards. These are the people, all the different jobs. And it was someone's job to do everything, even there was a job to take care of trees. Well, then it was one person's job to take care of the sycamore trees and another person's job to take care of the olive trees. So even within taking care of trees, there are more specific jobs. And I think sometimes we can ask ourselves, like, is my life dedicated to God? For me, I've done a lot of different jobs in my life, and I've been in full-time ministry in my life, and I've also been in full-time not ministry, like regular job, and right now I'm in a regular non-ministry, so to speak, job. It all matters. It all matters. The Bible says everything you do, do it as unto the Lord. And in reading about all these jobs, it had to get done. It was important. Someone has to take care of the trees, because the Lorax isn't real. Somebody has to take care of the trees. Somebody has to count the money. It was someone's job to count all of the Israelites. And there's a person who has to do each thing. And when I was reading through it, I was just thinking, oh, this was important. Because at first I'm like, why is this in here? Why do I need to know who kept the gates? Because it was important. Because it mattered. That's why. And so I think if we ever start to question that in our own life, does what I do matter? Yeah, it does. It does. And do it as if you're doing it for the Lord. Even if you're serving coffee, be that person who is attentive, asking people, how are you doing? And meaning it, wanting to hear the answer. And even if someone that you're working with is being obnoxious or annoying, being that person who is kind and who listens and who has an understanding ear, and you can share of your own faith in that way. And there's a purpose to everything that we do, and it matters. And that's what I took away from today's reading. So thank you all for listening, and I'll see you again next week. But we're doing great. Day 124. I'm really proud of us. All right. Bye.